Hello and welcome back to Rage Gaming and of course Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. As we're in the first day of launch, we wanted to drop a great video on really strong Pokemon you can get very early on, some varied and interesting options. We've got popular options that are straight up really strong and have been throughout the series for a long time. We've also got new Pokemon that are also very strong from start to finish, or even one that's very relevant to the new path, Legend, when you're dealing with the Titans. I'm going to show you all 5 of these, when and how to get them, and of course tell you why they're good picks and why you should consider them. So let's just begin. First up, we have Lucario, of course. A fighting steel type, which is an incredible pick long term and always really has been since his release. This is a strong sweeper option and that is no different in this gen. Of course, steel is harder to come by as a damage type, great against many tough opponents, while fighting is just so strong flat out for many sections of this game. But of course, you can't just pick up a Lucario at level 1. You're going to need Riolu here, which starts as just a fighting type, but a very effective one at that. And beautifully, he's one you can get early game. From the middle of the map at Mesa, we can go straight south and just to the west to Area 4, which is an easy path from the west gate, crossing over this land bridge and making your way down to this south area where we have a few ponds. In this whole area, you can see potential Rio spawns. And as you run around it, you can pull up your map, which will show you nearby current active spawns, which is not an accurate representation of where they are, but they are near you. You just need to have a look around. He is quite small and he can be in tall grass, so you gotta be careful where you're looking. But as you can see, I even found him on a cliff edge here, capturable around level 20. If you're looking to fight him and get him low, flying types are a great pick for their super effective attacks. Next up though, we have the classic powerhouse, the flying water type, Gyarados. Also nice and easy to get early game at level 22. Now, not only is this one a water and flying type, but they also have the options of ice attacks, which means you have a very versatile Pokemon in the early game. Once again, from Mesa Gosa, you'll need to go east this time and follow through this region to Area 1. The town of Artisan is the nearest town that you can get to, and you'll head northeast along this path and following this river down to this area by the beach. This whole area, in the water specifically of course, is where you can see these spawns. And you can follow it around the side here to potentially see Gyarados as you go. You want to be careful with this one though, because it's obviously pretty damn strong. It was giving my level 40s a hard time while I was just desperately trying to capture it. Next, we're talking Char Cadet as one of our new top tier Pokemon in 9th gen. Yeah, specifically Char Cadet is actually really good. Of course, he's going to evolve into the really exciting fan favorites Armarouge or Ceruledge. Both of those are really cool because either way, they're a knight that's going to fight at range with fire or up close with these ghost swords, but statistically, they're very strong, comparable of course to Lucario and that kind of tier of Pokemon. Ceruledge is a very strong physical fighter where Armarouge is a very strong special fighter, so you can pick whichever one you want for that reasoning. But Char Cadet himself here is a fantastic early game fire Pokemon, making it well worth getting not just for the evolution, but to use immediately in the early game. As early as level 14, you can get yourself your own Char Cadet, and I really recommend it. Once again, from the middle of Mesa Gosa, we head west and we follow the path along to one of the first gyms you might encounter. That's the bug gym at Cortondo. Just northwest of there is this path right here, which you can find your very own cadet. I specifically was wandering around trying to find it until I checked out a small alcove just to the northwest, right there. And right next to the special item was the cadet I was looking for. Your experience may vary because it can spawn in this general area, but I just thought I'd mention I found him in that alcove. In any case, a very powerful and very easy to get early game great pick. Next up, another new Pokemon. Nacli in this generation is actually fantastic. Not only is it hilarious as it evolves into Naclestack and then Garganacl, which are very weird Minecraft-y looking Pokemon. Statistically, they're great rock type options to play and use normally, but why we really recommend them is due to their insane ability they come with. Sturdy. Sturdy will prevent them from fainting if, when it takes a quick killing blow, it actually had full health at the start of said killing blow, which does happen often when you're fighting certain gym leaders or those new Titan Pokemon. Specifically, Titan Pokemon can be beaten with Nacli's evolution, Naclestack, thanks to Sturdy and the level 24 ability, Salt Cure. So even in scenarios where your Naclestack is low leveled, you can apply Salt Cure to the enemy and then continuously heal your Naclestack back to full health after it's been hit from 100 to 1 by, say, a really overleveled Titan you're fighting very early on. This is quite literally an incredible early game way to beat all of the Titans and unlock the transformations of your legendary Pokemon super early in your playthrough. We have a whole video on that topic and full guide for the details of that. Once again though, from Mesagosa, you're going to leave through the east gate, and then immediately upon exiting, you're going to be right next to where you find the Nacli. They're the little mushroom rock types that are bouncing around in your immediate area, and will continue to be found in this general rocky area as well at higher levels. But this is one of the first Pokemon you can get once you've reached Mesagosa and progressed through the academy and opened up the game. Last up then is our Toxapex here, the poison and water type wall kind of Pokemon. You use this guy to tank damage while dealing damage in return consistently against your opponent. Even if they're very strong, that's the whole point of this guy, to stall. You set up a sort of entry hazard, which is toxic spikes in this case, which poisons Pokemon as they arrive in battle. Then they can't kill Toxapex because he's very tanky as a wall, and then they'll die over time to the poison. It's a specific playstyle that's very strong and arguably only stronger in this gen thanks to Tera types. You see, there's a perfect one you can get in the early region to the east that has a Tera type of normal, which is perfect for stalling since that only has one weakness: fighting. The downside here is that it's level 37, so you're going to need to get a little bit more levels towards the mid game to actually get this, but it is a consistent spawn that you can just go get at any time you're ready, because this playstyle and this specific Pokemon and this specific Tera type is undeniably very strong. From Mesagosa, we're going to head east and go through this area again. Once again, Artisan is going to be the nearest town. You head to the northeast, and actually where we were looking early at the Gyarados, it's in the same place, right here on this kind of icon. You follow the water around and it's just shining very obviously. As it is a Tera type though, you will need to deal enough damage to it to break it out of its Tera form, and then you can capture it. You will want to bring a fighting type to get through this sturdy fellow though. But there you have it. These are my suggestions for you in your early to mid game. Lucario, Char Cadet, and Gyarados are obviously great picks for your general playthrough, whereas Nacli turning into Naclestack is going to be a great rock type, but has that really ridiculous specific playstyle that you can use to cheese your gyms, or of course the Titans, as early as you want to. Whereas for you wall style players, Toxapex is an insanely good pick. If you guys have any other Pokemon suggestions for your early to mid game strong options, then let us know in the comments. As a bonus tip for your capturing, I recommend dive Pokeballs for Gyarados, because he's of course a water type and that will help you more likely catch them. And of course for our Toxapex, you can use net Pokeballs to further increase your odds at actually capturing them. Sometimes dealing with that Pokeball RNG is really annoying, and so knowing these things can help you is always good. But otherwise, we've got lots of great Pokemon Scarlet and Violet guides and information videos coming at you on the channel, so subscribe for more. And if you want to support it, you can drop us a like. For now though, I've been Hollow, you've been you. I hope you're enjoying Pokemon so far, but otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.